news. A Lancashire garden designer selected for Chelsea Flower Show to commemorate World War II heroes. Hello, you're watching Headline News. I'm Holly Green and a very warm welcome to the programme. A Lancashire-based garden designer has been selected for this year's Royal Horticultural Society's Chelsea Garden Show. John Everett from Chorley was chosen for the show with the RAF Benevolent Fund to design a garden inspired by pilots serving in World War II, including his father. John told That's TV more about the plans and his reaction to being chosen for the prestigious event.
This project came about on the back of a garden I did at Chelsea in 2019, which was to commemorate D-Day landings. It was a hugely successful garden. We worked with a lot of veterans and we rebuilt the garden back in Normandy, overlooking Gold Beach. So it was a tremendously emotional journey that we all went through. And really, because that worked so well, I was approached to do something to commemorate the Battle of Britain. There's such massive topics that you have to handle them in such a sensitive way. And a garden is a fantastic way to do that. So we got a backing from a charity called Project Giving Back, who have provided all the funding for this garden. And that enabled us to approach the RAF Benevolent Fund and offer them an opportunity to promote their message and also to raise funds at Chelsea at zero cost to the charity themselves. It's really, it's lovely to have the opportunity to work with the Benevolent Fund. My father used to be in the RAF, so I always considered our family to be part of that RAF community. So this is a story that's very close to my heart, and to work with the charity and to learn about what they do and how they help veterans and serving personnel and the families has been an amazing experience.
Boris Johnson has had to cancel his visit to Lancashire today after learning that one of his family members had contracted COVID-19. The Prime Minister was due to visit a vaccine centre in Burnley. However, a spokesperson for 10 Downing Street has confirmed Mr Johnson will carry out daily tests to follow official guidance. The news comes after Boris Johnson apologised in the House of Commons yesterday during Prime Minister's questions for a garden party which allegedly took place at his address during May 2020. The leader of Preston City Council says that any devolution deal agreed for Lancashire must match the ambition of those secured by Greater Manchester and Merseyside, both in terms of the money and powers on offer. Matthew Brown was speaking after it emerged that all 15 Lancashire Council leaders had been in negotiations over drawing up a blueprint of a pitch to the government to secure one of the county deals, which Boris Johnson said last year would be on offer to places like Lancashire. Tributes have been paid to a former boss of Blackpool Council who was instrumental in the development of the resort during his 24 years working for the local authority. Derek Boardman, who died last month aged 88 after suffering from cancer, joined the local authority in 1969 as Deputy Borough Treasurer before becoming Chief Executive in 1985, a post he held until his retirement in 1993. Derek was involved in a number of key projects in the resort during his time, including Blackpool Zoo, Sandcastles and the Hounds Hill Shopping Centre. And a quick look at the local sport now, where Blackpool FC have confirmed the signing of Crewe Alexandra winger Owen Dale on a permanent basis. The announcement marks a quick turnaround for the Seasiders, as the clubs had revealed earlier in the week that negotiations for the move had broken down. Dale has already spent the bulk of this season on loan at Neil Critchley's side, scoring on his debut versus Reading. And as always, we'd love to hear what you think, so please do get in touch with your views, or if you have a story of your own that should be on the show, follow us on Twitter. We're on @That'sTVLancs. Get in touch on Facebook, search That's TV Lancashire, or you can write to us, drop an email to lancashire@thats.tv. A woman based on the outskirts of Preston has published a book this week as a thank you to her local church, which supported her following the death of her husband. Ruth Buckley, who resides in Grimsarg, has released a book called Walks from a Lancashire Village, with all proceeds going to St Michael's Church. Ruth told That's TV more about how the church and walking inspired her through difficult moments.
It was really the outcome of myself and a team of walking buddies. We started walking together during lockdown in the March, April onwards.
before, actually.
Yeah, yes, that's true. We hadn't been walking before, yes. Yes, yes. So I'd sort of got a team of ladies who used to walk with me. And then when lockdown came, we said, well, we can still walk one-on-one. So we did that round the local area. I was new to the area. I only moved here 6 years ago. So they introduced me to all the little local walks, which was great. The story goes back to when my husband died in the December just before lockdown. He had an accident on a bus and fell and had a bad head injury. And it was after that I felt the support of the church and the love and the care from the ladies and all the church, really, that they looked after me and looked out for me, and we just had a lot of laughs and a lot of time together, lots of tears, and it was just a good time. And I just felt that the church should be seen as a place where people can go to be supported and to learn of the love of God as well, that the people show the love of God through their actions.
And that's your headline news. Coming up next on That's TV, it's your local weather. But from me and all the news team here, it's goodbye for now.